Hey, yo, y'all got me watching boxing at all hours of the night. Naoya Inoue just got a technical knockout, but it was kind of Ooh, that body shot. That body shot was nasty. That body shot was nasty. It was really anticlimactic. I'm going to do my best to break it down, let you know what I've seen. Now, it was actually a fight that was heating up, and it was a pretty good fight. Naoya Inoue at home in Japan versus Irish professional boxer TJ Doheny. Spoiler, Naoya Inoue, he won via 7th round TKO. And I'll get to the end, but it was really anticlimactic how it played out. The fight was getting good. First round, Doheny was full of energy and, he had the spark to him. Very awkward. And I've seen this with Irish fighters particularly. Guys like Andy Lee, like this weird, it's like almost like a weird style. Andy Lee, it reminds me of that. The guy that Arnold Barboza fought on the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia undercard that I thought beat Arnold Barboza. So Inoue was having some problems with him early because he had some weird feints, like just weird movement, and he's a southpaw. And the way he was moving in this weird way to the point where hard to get a rhythm on him, hard to get a beat on him and what he was doing. So I thought that was something that required some adjustment for Naoya Inoue. So for me, the mistake that Inoue was making in like the earlier rounds was he just seemed too gung-ho. He seemed too hasty, and he wasn't trying to set it up. Plus TJ Doheny, he had the awkward movement and whatnot. So it made it kind of a puzzle, the movement, and Inoue had to settle in. I want to say about round 4, he started to settle in, get used to what TJ Doheny was doing. Round 3, I believe, was a very good round for TJ Doheny, perhaps his strongest round. And then round 4 it started to heat up. It was some good back and forth. But you seen Inoue was closing the distance. When we got to about round 5, but definitely 6, I feel like Doheny started to slow down. In the 6th round, he drastically started to slow down. And I think it was because he's about 37 years old, so he's pushing 40. And for the last couple rounds, there were some nice, very nice surgical investments from Naoya Inoue to the body. And I think that body work, more so than the early headshots, paid dividends because it looked like, at least to me, it looked like it had some effect on TJ Doheny. And that was smart from Naoya Inoue. Just think. And I tell you guys all the time in boxing, for everything that a fighter does in the sport of boxing, there's a way to negate it. If somebody has power, different ways to negate that. Like one, defense, so you don't get hit with anything silly, so you don't have to feel the flush shot and then just get rocked and knocked out. Other thing, sometimes power guys have bad stamina and they might be like a 4-round, 5-round fighter. So play it relatively safe, pick your shots wisely, and get them into the deep waters. And if they don't have no cardio, then that's where you can drown them, right? If somebody has speed, you could beat speed with timing, i.e. Danny Garcia versus Amir Khan. Amir Khan is way faster than Danny Garcia, but Danny was able to time him and knock him out. So what Inoue did beautifully here was that investment to the body, because all that trickery and that hopping around and feinting, that'll take the legs from under you, especially if you're 37, you've been through some tough fights, you've been through some wars, stuff like that. So I think it was really the key to victory was the body work from Inoue in rounds, probably like the whole fight, but namely round 3 and 4 and 5. And then by round 6, he was real aggressive. He started the fight aggressive, And then he wasn't having the success he wanted, just trying to load up and like blaze Doheny. So he had to tenderize the meat. Pause. He had to tenderize the meat, and that's what he did. And he did it with, like I just told you, the body shots. And it was competitive rounds 3, 4, 5. But when we got to about round 6, Inoue was throwing some mean, vicious, malicious shots to the head and to the body. I don't know what kind of mic system that they got in Japan, but I was hearing them and it was sounding wild, crispy, like like thudding shots. And it was getting the reaction out of TJ Doheny, and it was really kind of stopping him in his tracks. And Inoue got one thing I did like, because I tell you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. One thing I really like about Inoue, that muff got a poker face. He definitely got a poker face where he's not going to show much emotion. There was good shots that Doheny, who's supposed to have some power, was landing, and you never really got no reaction from Inoue. He was just like, just real nonchalant, and that's needed as a fighter, so I like that. Round 7. So 6 was up to the point of the stoppage. Round 6 was the worst round, in my opinion, for TJ Doheny. And the round just started, and Inoue, I think, was trying to pick up where he left off because he felt he had like started to gain some success and had some openings. So he got back aggressive because Doheny didn't really like that pacing and the aggression and the combination punches where he was at, especially after them body shots. And then he kept going to the ropes, Doheny, and I thought that was a mistake. Why are you in there with the puncher who's younger than you, who throws crispy combinations, and you're languishing on the ropes trying to be cute? You are not Floyd Mayweather, sir. So I don't know why that was a game plan, but he went back to the ropes. Inoue started teeing off on him, and out of nowhere, he's like, my neck, my back, my neck, and my back. And he started walking away like MJ in that Rock My World video. You rock my world, you know you did. You to come back. Doom, 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 doom. Like he started walking. You rock my world. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Michael Jackson, Rock My World with Chris Tucker video, where he started grabbing his back. You rock my. That's how TJ Doheny started walking off, and he tried to call a timeout in the middle of the fight. There's no crying in baseball. Like, you can't call no timeout. And then Inoue stopped because something was wrong with him. We didn't know if he twisted his ankle or if his neck, his back. My neck and my back. I'm suing y'all for $150,000, but we can settle out of court right now for $20. So I don't know what that was, but it was definitely anticlimactic. Inoue found something, and when the going got tough, it was almost like a no mas type of moment. I don't know if he had back spasms. I don't know, because the ESPN telecast just cut off after that, so I don't really know. But overall, Inoue did his thing. He was getting hit. A lot of people have him high up on the pound for pound list. I got to keep seeing him, but as he got into the higher weight class, you're seeing a little bit. He looked more human in a lot of those early rounds. So it'll be interesting. People were talking about Gervonta Davis and Inoue and stuff like that. They don't want that. Trust me. The weight difference, they don't want that. I don't see that being good, because he's right here at 122, and he fought TJ Doheny, who's not really like, he's not like a world beater, but he has some, just good basics, a little bit awkward style, southpaw, and he was given some issue, and it was competitive, while it was. But then, Inoue, credit to him, he started to pull away, and the rest is history. So congratulations to Naoya Inoue. Definitely a bad dude, but he was getting hit by a power dude, and it just kind of makes you wonder if he keeps doing it and keeps, like, if he were to go to the next weight class, right? If he goes to like a featherweight, like, what's his ceiling? You know what I mean? Because there are some habits where you're getting hit, and so far so good, but you don't want your face to break up and things like that on account of getting hit. because he was getting hit a lot in the first Nonito Donaire fight as well. And that's why he got his like orbital messed up. And I think his nose was broke in that fight, just eating shots, trying to be aggressive. So for me, I don't know. Like I watch, he's fun. He's fun as heck to watch, but I can't put him number one pound for pound like some people. He has beautiful combinations. He does a lot well, but you would have to think if Usyk and Terrence Crawford, if you could scientifically and genetically engineer and put them in the same weight category, would Terrence Crawford lose to Inoue? Would a Usyk lose to an Inoue? I don't know. They look like more complete fighters to me on both sides. So yeah, I would say Usyk and Crawford have to be higher. Like you could put Inoue probably number 3 and then put Usyk number 1, Crawford number 2, something like that. But let me know what you guys think. It was some solid work until it wasn't. Congrats to Inoue. A little bit anticlimactic, especially considering I had to wait till the morning to watch this fight, but that's not Inoue's fault. He started beating the brakes off of TJ, and he turned into TJ Maxx. Got out of Dodge.